Good morning, good evening, everyone. How you all doing? Just brighten that up a little bit. So, Tuesday night, to kick off the session, it's focusing on ladies in business. And this month we have, hello Waterbody, hello everyone who's joining. So we've got Hannah. So as a lot of you probably know, Hannah was supposed to join us, I think it was last month, but unfortunately she was having such a good time on the slopes that she couldn't get back in time. But she's here now, and there she is. Hannah, hello, how are you doing? If you just send me the request, I can accept it and we'll get you on board. I believe that's how we did. There we go. I got it. Okay, Hannah's going to join us any minute. Hopefully. Just waiting.
Okay, can I hear you? Okay,
Yeah. You can hear me all right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right, that's great. So here we go, everyone. This is Hannah. Most of you probably already know her.
Hi.
But for those of you who don't, this is Hannah from Lucky13paintshop. I always get that back to front. So Hannah, thank you so much. And I know it's, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you?
No, it's 12. So good thing I didn't
12.
set my timer for 2 o'clock, or else I would have missed another shoot or another interview.
Right, so it's 12 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the States, then it must be somewhere else.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little introduction about yourself? A lot of people sort of asked, how did you get into business? How long you've been doing it? So if you could give us a brief background, that would be great.
So I've been in the business for about 7 years now. I started off with studying animal sciences, working in a veterinarian clinic. Hated it so
quite
much.
different.
Yeah, it was not fun at all. Like putting animals down, dealing with customers. It wasn't a good fit. So my buddy owned a custom shop, just strictly like personal clients of his. He needed help, so I started helping out. Ended up loving it a lot. I love working with my hands, so it just kind of fit. It fit well, and then I moved back to my hometown, and then started working in bigger shops. So, and now here I am today, still working.
This is your own shop now?
Yeah.
And is it just you in that shop?
No, I am, so as you can hear, like a bunch of people running around on the other side. So it's actually a body shop and then mechanics. And we are extending the body shop over by one more base. So we're like moving some lifts around right now. The shop is a complete mess. We're going to be moving a wall over so we can kind of separate the oil from obviously the body shop side.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it's a pretty big shop. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays.
So yeah, I'd love to have a photo of that actually, because you've just always got stuff going on in there.
Yes, I'm pretty busy right now. We have 2 cars lined up to go into paint right after this, and then I have a whole bunch of bits and pieces to paint after. So it'll be a late night.
And for that, yeah. Well, look, I think a late night for you is just one of those things, because as far as I've always seen, you're like posting until late into the evening. And constantly working. I don't think I know a harder worker than you, to be honest.
Well, it's easier because like I'm waiting for, body and prep to be done. So it usually lands around 4 p.m. And then I know most shops will hold and then paint in the morning the next day. But then that sets me back one more day. So I'll usually paint right through the night and then wake up in the morning and then kind of do that over so I can push my jobs up faster. So usually my turnaround time for my jobs are 1 or 2 days, and that's it. They're gone.
And then you're at the gym at 7 o'clock as well, because for anybody who doesn't know, Hannah is a real gym freak. She's always a personal trainer.
Yes, I got a personal trainer. I told her today, I was like, hey, we're going to SEMA, so I would like a 6-pack before then and some big muscles. She's like, hey, we're going to get you on a meal prep plan. And I'm like, hey, perfect.
Most people say, I'm going on holiday down to the beach and I want to look right. So for you, I'm going to SEMA, I need the 6-pack.
I'm going to SEMA, so I'm going to be jacked. She's like, okay, we got this. We're going to make you jacked. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Fantastic. So I covered your long hours, which is great. I'm just kind of skipping some of my questions already, just jumping ahead there. And I was going to ask if you worked on your own. So do you do all the work on your own, or have you got guys helping you?
No. I have body men, yes. I have body men because I've grown a really bad allergy to the Bondo. and I can't really touch it too much. Like I still do body work. I did body work on a Range Rover yesterday that I'm going to be pulling in today to do some primer on it. But I just, every time I touch it, I'll get hives on my chest. I'll get hives on my hands. But I'm trying this like barrier cream, and then I put my gloves in, and then I duct tape around if I'm doing any Bondo, and wear a proper respirator and stuff. So yeah, as long as I can kind of limit my filler work to maybe a couple days a week instead of doing it all the time. But I have two body men right now, and they're fantastic.
Are you getting that from just the raw Bondo before it's hardened, or are you getting that after
No, the dust.
when it's gone?
It's the dust. It's the dust that's getting me. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, and it only happened like past like 6 months. So I don't know if I'm just getting sensitivity to it, or I don't know.
Is it the same Bondo you've been using, or is it a different type?
No, it's about the same. Yeah. I have like different grades, but I'm usually kind of sticking with the 3M. I find it so nice. It's nice. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my body's finally like, we hate this.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that your skin actually absorbs a lot of the products that it comes in contact with.
Totally.
And that's why when you're doing that sort of stuff, you should always keep covered up, because your body will naturally absorb it straight in. Especially with overspray when painting, that's really bad.
I actually noticed switching to the VersaFlow mask. Every morning I would wake up with dry eyes. And I thought it was from the LASIK surgery I had, but it's not. It's from the clear coat touching my eyes. So now that I wear the full face mask, I have no more dry eyes in the morning. My skin feels so much better. It was definitely worth the money of switching and getting rid of that just old school respirator.
But you used to have a DeVilbiss 650. What happened to that? With the
tab? I know. Yes, with the tab. I have that still too, but I'm just sorting out my new compressor. I'm going to install it into the booth. I have to get all the lines and everything. So I'm working with the electrician right now. We have to put like a sub panel from the other panel and like run it down. I don't know. I looked at him. I was like, can you just like, is it like plug and play? He's like, no, it's not. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I know cars.
You can actually get a fitting for that 3M that will go straight into your airline as well. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, it'll work exactly like your DeVilbiss 650 will. It's just a slightly different pack to it. So have a look out for that before you sort of put it in the side.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I can use one for primer and one for paint.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because when I do into primer, I don't want to get my mask all dirty, so I'll still use my respirator.
Yeah, that stuff just goes everywhere, doesn't it?
Oh my God. Everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere.
And I only do small stuff. What are your two favorite things about the job?
I love painting. I love it so much. I love, I do love bodywork. I like it when I achieve the proper finish that I want. And it does feel really nice for me to pull my own work into the booth that I've done completely by myself and I've nailed it. It's a great accomplishment for me. But I definitely love paint a lot more, for sure. And I love color matching. And Pearl White is my favorite color to paint.
So what paint system have you got running?
So we were doing PPG. We're going to switch over to, I'm testing out 2 lines this week. Cheryl Williams.
Yeah. Octral.
And yeah. And then, or RM. And I'm going to do, because I do a lot of production and so like a lot of dealership contracts and stuff like that. So I will probably stick to solvent as my paint system, and then for colors that are like really, really hard for me to match, like silvers, tri-stage reds, blues, I'll just get water-based.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I've got. I've got the show in, well, it's called Octral, but
you
it's
do?
the show in brown. Yeah. It's a really good product. I'm really pleased with it.
Really? Okay, because the rep just came in here. I tried out his clear coat. It wasn't bad. It's not bad.
Which clear was that? Because they've got like a range of them. Can you remember?
Oh my gosh, it's a glamour.
500. Maybe they call it something different. Oh, here we go.
It is Sun Refinish. I'm looking through. I have a drive-through window into the mixing room, so I can just see it sometimes.
They'd probably call it something different. I'll check that out and send me a picture. Wait.
Okay, wait.
All right. So once Hannah goes and gets the tin, I guess we'll have a look at that in a moment. Yeah, I don't know that. It's so, but even the branding on the packaging is sort of different as well.
It's totally different from the UK. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is what the rep brought in. He brought that in about a week ago, and I did it on the last load of blackout truck, like the blackout truck packages I do. So it works really well for the small parts. I don't know if it worked good for like a full panel. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know.
They've probably
We'll
got
see.
like different hardeners and they're going to set at different times, so you just need to adjust that. That's normal
But
work.
right now, well, now it's finally warming up, but like 2 weeks ago, we hit like -50 and everything fell apart. The whole shop just fell apart. The water lines blew, the booth stopped working, the water lines were gone for 1 week. We're waiting for parts, so there was no water, barely any heat, and the booth would click on for about 2 minutes, just enough to gas out, and then it would turn off. So you'd be painting in the chemicals, and then you run out, hit the booth, pray to God it would exhaust it out. It was like, it was a freaking nightmare.
So, but
like
you got it all sorted?
I got it all started. The booth is finally working again, and I'm going to slowly start transitioning into medium hardener again. Right now I have to use fast still because it's still, I can't, like my booth's hovering at around 16, 17. It's not yet at the, like, when it hits 20, then I'll go to medium hardener.
That's, for me, always a really tricky time of the year. I sort of, when you change from spring to summer, or from winter to spring, and then summer to winter, if something's going to happen and I'm going to get a paint run, it's going to be normally around that time.
Gosh, you should have saw this running. I painted this Hellcat, and like, I don't know if you know the body lines of a Hellcat. They have like that really harsh line across the body, and then like the roof kind of slopes the roof kind of slopes into the quarter panel. So no matter, like, I got it run twice. I actually had to paint the car twice because I burnt through. And I was like,
it happens.
So the way the roof slopes down, it's just like, I got the dirtiest run. I've never seen a run like that in my life. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. But it was like, from the cold weather, using medium, I had to use a medium hardener because I was painting the whole entire thing. It was just like, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. So the second time around, I got a run, but it wasn't as bad.
You just cut it out. What do you use to cut out your runs? Do you have a little trick that you like to use?
Well, I use the big hit blocks, actually. These.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you doing some big hit work the other day.
These ones.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I use these ones for my wet sand. And then I use all, like, depending on how dirty the run is, I'll start at like 1,000 to kind of work my way up. And then, the big hit blocks are really good because it keeps like a nice even pressure. So you're not kind of digging into it and you're not like touching the area. And then sometimes I'll like tape, kind of put masking tape. Yeah. So I'll mask it off, big hit blocks, sand away, and it'll help me from cutting in. Usually.
Yeah, that's a good trick but what I've done before is I've actually taped over the run. So if the run is in a really tricky place where there's a swage line or something like that, so I've actually taped the run with sort of 2-inch tape, and then I've gone in with 800 on a disc, on a DA.
Oh, you're brave. You're brave. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what it's doing? It's cutting the paper first, and then it's cutting the run, and then you can see yourself working down to before you get to the actual panel. So that's saved my bacon a few times.
Yes, and I don't know if you've tried, but the Fest tool. Have you tried it?
No, which one? Oh, the shaver?
I'm like sitting right next to my toolbox right now, so it's handy. This thing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
The 2500. I bought this 6 months ago. I used it once on wet paint, so I ripped it through, and I was like, oh, this thing is so ridiculous. I'm never using this again. And then I used it the other day, and I was like, wow, this thing's amazing when your paint is dry.
Yeah, that's the trick. It absolutely has to be dry. Otherwise you will snag
it has to be dry. Oh, you will snag it, and then that's it. It's over.
That's it. Yep, game over. Start again.
Yeah, totally.
So actually, you took me on to my next question, which was about you've had some really great things coming into your shop recently. So the big kids blocks was one of them. I've seen those, and You know,
Love them.
they're becoming really, really popular. I mean, they were popular anyway, but I'm seeing them pop up all over the different shops now, which is really great.
Yeah.
What's your particular reason for liking that, apart from, like you just said, on a run? So if you were doing a bigger panel, what's your sort of key?
So they're really, really straight, and they do have a little bit of flex if you just apply a little bit of pressure. I was using Durablocks, but I found like the foam would warp, and I would like, especially when I was doing those lot of hail damages, like there's still hail damages out there that they're trying to get into my shop, and I said no, there's no more, no more. But like the Durablocks would warp hard, so I would never get that straight line. I would never manage to block everything out perfectly. But the big hit blocks, so much easier. And if you put a little bit of guide coat down, oh wow, your lines are so much straighter. I don't have to keep on going over and going over, or like going into the Bondo too much, cutting, and then have to reapply. I can usually get it on like the first time enough, and then I can like put my light icing over and then send it. Yeah, they're made a huge difference, huge difference. Like, let me see
I love
what
the
we
way
have
you've got
here.
everything right beside you there. That's
Literally right beside me. Like,
yeah.
see, so it does have like a little bit of flex to it.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So I actually have a motorcycle tank that I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to kind of curve this around the tank. And it's it's just enough flex, but not too much flex. It'll warp your sculpting or your sanding.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I've got the Durablocks, and I love the Durablocks. They're a great range of blocks for sanding, but because they are foam, even though they're a high density foam, they do go out of shape slightly in certain areas. Over time.
Yeah. So I kind of find that this might be a little bit better of an investment, because the Durablocks aren't cheap.
No. But then you get what you pay for.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I definitely love the Switch. I'm super happy with them, and I definitely hope everybody gives them a try.
What about, you've also had in that really big, well, this was close to when we were going to be chatting last, the pulling jig. Have you managed to use that yet?
Yes, I did use it. I used it once or twice. It actually works really well. It's not bad. That was like, it's a cheaper one, right? It's just like for little stuff, quick stuff. Yeah. But I think we're actually going to be getting a full-size frame machine in. I will not be operating it because, you know, that's just too much for me. I don't want to do frame pulls.
Well, you might dabble a little bit.
Of course I'll dabble a little bit, but first, I'm just gonna leave that to the guys that really know how to do frame, because it's a lot of math. It's a lot of like, you have to get it perfect. You can, you know, your clients' lives are literally in your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I luckily I don't do that kind of stuff, but I take my hat off to anybody who does, because it's a whole different level of skill, really.
It's like the frame guys, they're very, very knowledgeable, and I will leave that to them. Little stuff, for sure. Definitely. My little jig, perfect. The big frame machine, I don't need to. There's no need for that.
I don't need to. What about one of my favorite loves is the plastic welding? Because you've got a really
plastic
smart...
welding.
Yeah, you got that from Denfix guys. And you right there?
Sorry. Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry. I did the R8 blackout. It's going to go on the Audi right after this. Looks good. Just came out. Nice and clean.
Oh, excellent. Was you doing? Just bring that into you, or?
It just came out of the booth.
Oh, right. Okay.
So cool. Bring it over. Yeah.
That's good. So your plastic welding, how are you getting on with that?
So the first couple times it was, I sent you an SOS call. I just, I think I used the wrong rod to start with, because the weld came out perfect. It was beautiful. It was the best weld ever. And then it just peeled off. I was like, oh, wow, I've done something wrong. I was like, that's not supposed to happen. I'm like, I tried to like heat it up more and I'm like, no, that's just no. So I had to sit there and peel it off. I was like, so discouraging. And then I used the right rod, and it was amazing. So much easier. I actually just saved a X3M front bumper. And I did a GTR.
Is that the silver
bumper one? Yeah, the silver one I sent you a picture of.
Yeah,
it turned out really nice. Yeah, that one looked awesome. I'm going to post a photo of the X3 this week. That one was a big weld. It was like, the corner was kind of spidered. So that one turned out really, really nice. And the welds are strong. They're strong. Like I did my pressure test, and then I got one of the body men that are bigger arms to like really give it a go. And yeah, they hold. The Dent Fix is really easy to use. It's super easy to use. I haven't burnt myself on it yet, which is like very shocking. I'm amazed. It heats up really fast, like instant, like super quick response. It's amazing. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, this machine's awesome. And it has like a power bar on the side, and you can fill up nitrogen tanks. Like you can do so much with this thing. I was watching all these videos. I was like, wow, it's amazing. There's so many things you can do with it. So yeah, I'm super impressed with it. I have a bunch of other welding to do this week, so I'll try to do some photos. I know I'm going to get on the whole YouTube channel thing, hopefully.
Yeah. You're going to start posting some videos on that, are you?
I'm going to try. I have a little bit of stage fright sometimes, but yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to do some welding videos and some painting videos, and yeah. And then I'm going to be building a custom truck hopefully soon. So I'll be taking a lot of videos, and then I do have to dabble with some chrome.
Yeah.
Some copper chrome today.
How are you getting on with that?
I don't know. I'm so scared. The product is so expensive. So if I mess this up, I'm gonna mess this up. So I think I watched videos and videos and videos on it last time. You sent me a video, so like I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, but the video I sent you was of a slightly different product.
It's a different product.
So much easier
like
than the one you've got. Yours is like so many different stages.
I know. You have to wash it with fresh water. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's like, it's like, wash it with spring water. I'm like, what? What do you mean spring water? What are you talking about?
Yeah. So it's got
I guess I have to go to the gas station. I have to get spring water or something.
And then you've got, because you've got to clean it with spring water. You've got to then prime it. You've got to leave it.
It's a 4-day process.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take me 4 bloody days just to paint a load of parts. I told my customer, like, this is going to be a job, okay? Because I have to prime it, then I have to black it, and then wait 24 hours, and then I have to clear it, and then wait 24 hours, and then I have to lay this copper chrome on, pray to God it'll work, wait 24 hours, and then I have to clear it.
I know. I'm sure there's a much quicker way, but you've got that. You're going to do it, and I look forward to seeing the pictures on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video. That's what I'll do a video for.
You know, it's not doing a video is not the difficult part. It's then editing it and putting it all together and making it look good. That's where the time and the sort of the stress comes, really.
Yeah. I have someone that does it for me, so yes.
You've got it sorted. Oh, somebody else. Don't worry.
The rest of the parts are coming in. The rest of the parts are coming in.
Right, I kind of know the answer to this question, but for those following who don't really know, what's your favorite gun and what's your favorite tool? So I know one answer, and I don't know the other.
Favorite gun is definitely Welcome. It's my favorite. It's the only gun I use. I used to use Iwata. It's just too heavy. It's too heavy. I cannot, like, I just did a huge Dodge Ram Sport Hood. If I was using anything other than my Welcome gun, I wouldn't have been able to keep my hands up long enough. It's too heavy. It's too heavy for me. I can't. So Welcome guns have made a huge difference, and I can get a pretty good finish with the Welcome. I'm so comfortable with them. I finally have dialed in the settings on the gun and what clear coat works the best with that gun. And yeah, I love that gun. It's definitely my favorite.
So which gun have you got? Just let us know which model.
Wait 1 second. I can grab one.
There we go. So as she goes and gets her bottle, I know which one she's got, and they are lovely guns. I've got a couple. I do like them, but it all depends on the way you like to spray as to whether it'll work well for you.
Okay.
Right, here we go. Hey.
So these are my 2 favorites. So this is the clear. So it's the Genesis 360 light, and then the Genesis 360 light in base. So the only difference is it has like a white strip here and an orange strip there.
Cool.
And then I wrap tape around the bottom to know what one's my water-based gun and my solvent. So mix them up.
And so what are you running on? A 1.2, 1.3?
These are 1.3. They're 1.3s.
Right. And so what's your sweet spot on them? On your clear gun? What do you find works really well for you?
When I can get my compressor to hold it properly. around 30. Usually they'll kind of dip down a little bit for me, but yeah, in the like sweet spot is 30. I can go, it kind of fluctuates a little bit, but yeah, definitely around 30 is my sweet spot for me, at least.
Yeah, if it works for you, that's probably about 2 point. I think it's, off the top of my head, it's about.
Oh yeah, you guys are on bar, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 2.2. Somebody's going to correct me anyway. Somewhere around there, just over 2. And what's your favorite?
What's your sweet spot?
Well,
what do you spray at? Okay, but you're using a different gun.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm using a different gun.
So it's totally different. It's totally different.
If I was spraying with those, it would probably be around that 30 psi, and I would probably be on sort of 2.5 fluid turns out and full fan.
Yeah, yeah,
so
that's right. I have mine my fan turned on a little bit just because of the cold weather. I was finding really open fan was kind of giving me a little bit of more of a texture finish than I like. I'm pretty heavy-handed, so yeah, I kind of dialed it in just a little bit.
That's not a bad thing. That's okay.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite tool?
My favorite tool? Well, it definitely would be probably my big kid blocks because I use them the most. Yeah. And then like obviously my DA. I just switched over to the Mirka, and the low vibration is really, really nice. I find it a huge difference, like especially for my arms, and it's nice and light because I was using the Snap-on, and it was a lot of vibration, kind of heavy, and it was really loud. Like, oh my goodness, sounded like I had a motorbike in my shop half the time. So yeah, I switched over to Mirka, and I'm really, really enjoying that now.
And I don't know the Snap-on. Was that an electric one or was that air?
Electric, yeah. It's
really, and it was loud.
Oh my gosh, this thing
Hannah, I love the way you've got everything around you in this place.
I'm sitting in front of my toolbox. That's why. Like literally, I got my sign that I have to put in the booth later. Let me see. Where are you? Here are you. This one. Snap-on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this thing is quite heavy and quite loud.
Yeah, I've got the Mirka, so I absolutely love the Mirka. It's a great tool as well.
Yeah, I do. I do quite enjoy it. So
I'm going to take us back a little bit. Are you still there? Have we lost you?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm here. Right, so can you hear me?
I'm going to take you back a bit because when we were going to talk, you had just done a whole load of chrome parts. And these were plastic bits that had all been chromed, and you had to get all the chrome off. And you found a little trick. And I wondered if you wanted to share that with everyone.
Well, I'm actually probably going to try to make kits for everyone. So I will be releasing it hopefully soon. It is have you tried it? Did you try it?
No, I haven't had anything in to try.
You haven't tried it yet?
No.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing stuff. So, because I had a lot of people asking me like, how are you doing all this chrome? Like those grills, those like honeycomb grills. I was sanding them like everybody else to begin with. And then I found a guy in Russia that was using this product, and my stepdad is Russian, so I called him right away. I'm like, Dad, can you please translate this for me? And he translated it for me right away. I was like, okay, perfect. Yes. So I ordered the product, and I tried it. The first go didn't go that well. I think I didn't get the ratios properly, but now I can get rid of the chrome. So I will be releasing some videos, and hopefully I want to like help everyone out. I want to try to do like little kits or something, because then you can get pre-made kits, because you need to have it in plastic buckets. You cannot have any metal. If there's any sort of metal, that's it. You're going to ruin any like screws, bits, anything like that. So I want to make like plastic tubs with the solution all ready to go, plastic tongs, and like the proper gloves that you need, and then send those out.
I don't know where you find
so because well, hopefully I'm gonna try to work with someone. So we have some plans up in the air.
All right, but really, so back to what's going to happen here is this little kit that Hannah's going to put together. It just removed all this chrome that were on these plastic parts, and the plastic parts were like back to absolute new, weren't they? Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, like complete bare plastic, and so having these chrome parts back to bare plastic, I can actually warranty it, because like everybody knows, you can't warranty painting over chrome. It's next to impossible. It really is. It's very hard to do. Even with the steps that I take, it's a lot of work. And yeah, so painting over plastic, totally different story. Cut it, get like enough bite into it, and then put your adhesion promoter. Then you put the right primer, and then I quickly sand it, put it into the booth, and start my painting process.
Right. I look forward to seeing that when that's ready to be launched. Give me a shout. I'll
I'm super
give it
excited.
a share as well.
Yes, I'm going to send you some. You're going to try it out.
Yeah. Oh, no. Listen, that is really kind. Just give me the ingredients and I'll do it. But it'll cost too much money to send it all the way here. So I wouldn't.
What do you mean? I'm going to be spending a little bit of time in England. I promise. I filed it for my dual citizenship. Hopefully I'll be getting it right away. My mom's British, so.
Well, then you'll have to stop in.
Yes, exactly. I'll stop in for sure.
Stop in, and then we'll see. You'll see how different my shop runs to yours. I'm
yes,
I'm not going to be working at 11
wait.
o'clock at night, though.
No. Me too. I'm going to try to get away from that, but.
Yeah, enjoy life a bit more. So that actually leads me on to my next question, which is, when you're not doing all of these sort of hours, what do you like to do in your spare time? I mean, I know you like snowboarding and getting stuck on the back of a mountain before we're supposed to be having a chat.
I am a big snowboarder. So actually I have a trip planned at the end of March. So I'll be gone for 3 days again. So usually what I'll do is I'll work consecutively for the whole month. And then I'll try to take like a couple days off for either snowboarding or something like that. So as soon as the snow starts to melt, I'm going to bring my bike out and I'm going to do some work on it because I've been planning to block it out a little bit more than it already is. So hopefully I'm going to get that bike out right away. And then as soon as the snow melts, I ride to work every day. And yeah.
When you say bike, are we talking a motorbike or are we talking a mountain bike?
No, I have a Harley.
Ah, okay. Now you've gone up even up to the top there. Fantastic.
So I'm going to be on the Harley every day. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, it's sitting in storage right now. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to come out of storage.
What type of Harley is that? Not that I know Harleys very well.
I have an iron right now, and I'm in the process of trying to buy a Lowrider S. It's just my dream bike that I love. If you can see in my poster or my sticker, this is a Lowrider S.
Okay.
So it's my favorite bike, and I found one. So
you found one? What, in Canada or in the States?
Yeah, in Edmonton actually. So at the Harley dealership right now. So fingers crossed.
Work your magic on that. Oh, the body center. I'm guessing this must be Sam that's jumped on. He says, well, actually, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. It says it could be Sam actually. My painter is obsessed with you. Swing by. Hope you're watching. Ollie. So I
will when I come to England. I will be there. I will come do a little tour of England.
Yeah, you could have so many shops.
For you guys, driving 3 hours is like insane, but for me to go snowboarding, it's a 10-hour drive, and I'm like, no big deal.
So in the summertime months, apart from riding a Harley, what sort of other things do you like to do?
I go camping a lot, so we'll do like big, huge camping trips with like 20 people. Go and sort of up into the mountains and hang out there for the weekend. So pretty much it. So bike, snowboarding, camping, and then I like to travel.
Have you ever done any whitewater rafting? Because that's quite good down some of the rivers in Canada, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's not really my thing, getting like pushed around a boat down. I get it. People love it, but it's not really my thing. I'm more like, I'll do mountain biking instead, or like hiking. I'm a really big hiker. Like to go on hikes. I did like a massive killer hike last year that I actually thought I was going to die on the mountain. Like I didn't think I'd make it. It was like, I think the whole hike was like 10 hours.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, that one. Oh my God. I thought I was going to die. I literally thought when I saw the car, we ran out of water. When we got to the top, all of us ran out of water. We're all like licking frozen water bottles, like sharing these water bottles. It was, and when we finally made it back down the car, I'm not even kidding. I thought I was going to cry. I was like, oh my God, the car, water. It was so bad. Oh.
Who planned that trip?
Right? Who planned that trip? They're like, my girlfriend, she's like, oh, the views are going to be so amazing. Girls, we're going to take so many awesome photos. Like, Shawnee, it wasn't worth the hike, okay? It wasn't. She's like, don't worry, I'm never gonna make us do that again. I'm like, you're right. You're never gonna make us do that again.
It's a story for your kid. So I'm gonna come off track a little bit, even though I've got quite a few questions for you. I'm gonna come to some of the people's questions because there's quite a few of those. Well, Pink hair repair. She said, how many years have you been in the industry? You answered that one. Specky likes to always ask this question. What's your favorite color and what's your most memorable job you've worked on?
Favorite color would be blue. And most memorable was probably I did a full Harley tear down. Like I built a custom bike for someone and we blacked it out. It was so nice. I'm gonna post some photos finally. I have some photos I'm planning to post in the next couple of weeks. So I'll definitely get that one up. It was a Breakout FXBR 2018. When I got it, it was root beer red with a windscreen, chrome like throughout the whole thing. It was so ugly. Oh my God. Sent the rims for powder coating, powder coated some of the engine, and then I painted literally everything else black. Blacked the whole bike out, did like custom seats, custom lights. I worked really closely with a mechanic shop here in Edmonton, Dyna. Anyways, yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. Dyno, that's what it's called.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty sweet. It was a really big build. I think it was like around a $35,000 build. So it turned out like beautiful. So that was probably one of my favorite jobs. I really do enjoy working on Harleys. So hopefully I'll be able to get to a little bit more this summer. I did that last summer. During COVID, like when COVID first kind of started to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
So you're gonna post that up in the next couple of weeks or something like that?
Yes, I'm gonna post up the next couple of weeks. I gotta go like in depth and show like the actual, because we had to literally strip the whole bike down to nothing. Like everything, the engine was completely taken apart, absolutely everything. So yeah, it was a pretty cool build.
Okay, I look forward to that, and a couple of other people. In fact, Specky says he looks forward to that. Guns and Hoses, Shake, our friend Shake, he says, he asked, the competitions, hold on a minute, because he sent quite a few, so I need to just get them in the right order. How do you work it out? Okay, so the competitions and auto body shops around Edmonton, how do you work it out being a business owner and a woman in the industry? Right, so he's just saying, I guess he's asking, Shake's asking is, how do you get above your competition, or do you not see anybody else in your area as competition? I mean, I personally don't really. I sort of, I'm me. That's my way. I work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like I don't really do that much insurance work, so maybe that's why I'm not like there's not like so much competition for me. Like I do a lot of like wholesaler dealerships, contracts, a lot of personal, like lots of referrals and lots of personal. So I don't really see that much competition. I mean, there's so many cars here and Edmonton roads suck. They suck in the summertime and they suck in the wintertime, okay? Everybody's crashing into each other. One snowfall and literally the whole city's like, oh my God, we just moved here. No one has winter tires. Everybody's like driving into each other. So really, I don't know. I'm don't really see that there's just so much work to go around for everyone. So I don't think there's that much competition.
No, and that's probably the right attitude. You set yourself a benchmark, you work to that, and you don't really worry about everyone else as long as you just maintain the standards that you want to maintain. I think that's perfect attitude.
Yeah.
So somebody asks here, and I'm not quite sure whether this question was for you or for me. He says, best spray gun for leather.
That one is definitely for you.
Yeah, okay. So that would be the Iwata LPH 80 or the DeVilbiss SRI Pro Light on a 1 or 1.2, depending on what you want. Okay, so I wasn't quite sure, but I thought I'd just put it out there.
No, that one's, I've seen your leather work.
Yeah, oh, thanks.
It's amazing.
That's something I do enjoy. Island, so TJ asks, what is your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals? Actually, he's got quite a few questions for you.
My short-term goals are to move these jobs out of the shop and move some new ones in. I have this R8 lingering in here. So the parts are finally done, so I'm going to put this on today and get this car out of here. Send it for a nice little car wash and take some pictures. So those are my short-term goals for this week. And long-term goals, I would like to open up my own shop completely, like from the ground, like build out my own shop from the ground up.
A bespoke one.
Pardon?
A bespoke one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So looking at some land and kind of dabbling in that idea. It probably won't be for a while because building out a shop is a lot of work and a lot of time. So that's what I want to do. I want to build out my own shop. I want to have at least, realistically, I would like 2 booths, even if it's like kind of like a half booth, like a prep booth almost.
Oh, a bit like Hillary's got.
Yes. Oh my gosh, her booth. Yeah. Oh, her shop. Beautiful shop, Hillary. Definitely. So yeah, something like that.
Sorted, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yes. And I mean, I can't believe how old her booth is. What the hell? It's so nice. I was shocked to find out how old that booth was.
How old
She did such a good job. I think it was like, I want to say it's like 19 something. It's old. It's not a new booth by any stretch, but I think she rebuilt it and gave it a lot of TLC, and it looks brand new. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful booth.
I didn't know that. Well, yeah. Exactly. If you can look after it, there's no point in throwing like really good money against.
Oh my gosh! I just looked at booths the other day.
You want to get sponsorship?
A nice booth was like 250 grand. Oh my god!
Bloody hell, that's a lot.
That's with installation, but
that's. But you might have good heating. What about? He asked as well. Since you started on Instagram, you have grown so much. How do you keep up the work in social media? That's like a full-time job on its own.
Social media, I just try to organize myself. So if I'm going to post, I try to post once a day and around the same time. And then usually at nighttime when I come home from work, or if I'm in the booth in between paint jobs, I try to reply to everyone. I do try my best to like reply to most people that message me, even if it's just like, I liked your comment that you wrote me. I definitely try my best. So try to be as interactive as possible. And yeah, because like you guys, a lot of people have followed me from like the very, very beginning. You know who you are, Guns N' Hoses. So yeah, I definitely try to keep up with my followers and try to talk to people. And if they have questions and stuff, like feel free to ask away. If I know or if I don't know, I'll let you know.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes it is a little bit difficult to just keep on top of everything, but as long as you can do it in a couple of days, it's fine.
Yeah, if I just go through it slowly, it's fine.
Yeah, so I've got, Painter Izzy's got some questions for you. What did you think of the big blocks? Izzy, we just discussed the big kid blocks. You absolutely love those.
Yes, and I got the Undone sandpaper. Oh my gosh, I love it. So it came with the big kid blocks, and I love it.
So that
definitely
is an adhesive backing to it, I'm guessing.
They have both. They have Velcro and adhesive. So for you, because I know the UK does not use adhesive. I was shocked to find that out. But yeah, you guys only use Velcro. But they have both. And I actually really, really, really love the sandpaper. It lasts a long time. I tried 3M. 3M is nice. It's definitely a good sandpaper. It's just super, super expensive. Yeah. And for me, owning my own shop and stuff, the Undone makes so much sense for me, and it works really well. So if anyone hasn't tried it, you probably should try it. They have tape and stuff too. It's an awesome product.
Yeah, I mean, Undone's here, and it is quite popular with a lot of people. So yeah, and I think Sunny's discussed it a few times on his page. And then she says, not a question, just wanted to let you know that you rock, girl. Keep smiling it. Oh, keep killing it. Well, smiling as well, but you're killing it even better.
Thank you.
Okay, 2 more questions from her. Top 3 accounts to follow?
Oh, top 3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Put me on the spot. I don't really know. Painter Izzy, I've been following her actually before I even opened up. She was probably the first account I've ever followed for painting. Yeah, I was always like, oh my God, this girl, she's so amazing. I love her. And then when I opened up my own account, I followed her right away. And then probably like 4 months into my account, she followed me back. I was like, oh, I actually took a screenshot of it. Such a child. Like, I was like, oh my God, she followed me back. Yeah, I love her. So yeah, super excited about that. And then Some really good content. Elite Body Shops, they have some really cool content on their page. They do a lot of shout outs for like boutique painters, like painters that haven't even really like are known yet. So a really, really cool page to follow for sure. And I mean, like Damage Undone is pretty good too.
Yeah, that's a bit unfair. Yeah, don't worry about that. You put on the spot there. Now I'm going to blush now. And then what was the other thing? Yeah, so what do you think about the Instagram community? That's something that kind of pops up quite a lot.
The Instagram community is, it's amazing some days, and then it's just like, whew, people have a lot of time on their hands. So, yeah, it's a hit or miss. Some days, like, people have beautiful, wonderful things to say, uplifting, and then there's always some people that just love to hate. A lot of hatred. So
that's just social media, though. But you know,
yeah.
I was speaking to Jack from Custom Cars and Collision, and he actually he said, I respond with love, and I thought, that's probably a good way to do it, because it just shuts it down.
Exactly. You can't give them. I honestly, I used to at first. I was like, oh, so mean. That's so rude. Oh, and then I would like play into it, and now I'm just like, I don't care. I literally could care less. Okay, don't care. Block you. Move on. Whatever. Because there's so many more people with love than those like couple of people that like to have their 2 cents about every single the Insta police. That's what they are. So, anyways, yeah.
So now we're back to my questions. Yeah. So this is. Again, this question was actually back to when we were going to be talking, so it's kind of relative then. But you recently raised some money for the Edmonton Women's Shelter.
Yes.
And that was a really good thing to do. So I think you raised, it was over $1,000, was it?
Just over $1,000. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, when I went there, she was shocked. She was actually shocked that I raised that much. And to be honest, I was shocked too. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So super, super proud of that. Really, really proud of that.
What made you choose that one?
Because I wanted to do something for women, and especially like women that are in need. And honestly, like especially during COVID, there was a lot of women trapped in really horrible situations, especially like at home. Like you had to quarantine at home, and if you had to quarantine with an abuser or something like that, especially with children, it was just like there was just a lot of bad situations for women. So I decided to donate to the Women's Foundation and donate some clothing and some other stuff like that to them to help them out. So, and they were really, really grateful. And they were saying they were sending out lots of packages to women in need and stuff like that. So with the money that I sent them, they were able to buy like tampons, shampoo, like things that we totally take granted for. When she was telling me the list of stuff that she needed, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. These are things like I can just go buy. And these are things that these people like really need, need. And like tampons, oh my goodness. Totally take that for granted. So yeah, I was really happy.
They're expensive. I mean,
it's expensive. It totally is.
People want to hear us talking about, but it is.
It is. It is.
I've got a wife and daughter.
Yeah, exactly. It's like for people not to be able to afford to buy those things, it's like insane. So I was really happy. I was really happy to be able to give back, and especially to women. And I told them, I'm like, women, get in the trade, go do it. I did it,
Yeah.
And I think there's like a stigma towards like women in the trade. They're like, you got to be like a big lady, Like I'm like, no, I'm 5'4". I'm only 5'4". I'm not a very big girl. Okay, I'm tiny. I stand on milk crates. My body made me milk crates with zip ties, so I slide my foot into the milk crate so I can walk. Yeah, I thought that was pretty genius. I'm like, Mom, good job.
But I did see you the other day. I can't remember which video it was. You were painting a whole load of parts, and then I saw all your airline on the floor there, and I was literally waiting for your foot to get snagged.
That airline, that is a mechanic airline. So airline sucks, and it's like a big ball. I can't untangle it. It does not lay flat. I've ordered a new airline. I'm literally waiting for it right now. So as soon as that airline gets in, I'm gonna be so excited. But that video, I was just getting used to that VersaFlow. So I had the battery pack on my back.
Yeah.
I took out that whole entire table behind me. Whole thing, knocked the whole table over. Yeah.
I did think that I'd seen you hit the panel behind there, and I wasn't sure. But yeah.
Oh no, that video I didn't. So that was the first coat to base.
Okay.
When I came in to do my second coat, knocked the whole thing over. Thank God it was only base though.
That's the one you must have messaged me.
And it was solvent. Yeah.
That's lucky.
Oh my gosh.
So I actually normally when we were out of COVID, I used to give stuff away at Christmas time because you always get excess things. So I'd go down to Bath, which is a city just down the road from us, and I'd go to the homeless house and give stuff away. But then there was one year, there was a homeless guy. We were at Pizza Express having dinner. And I'll be quick because this is about you, not about me. So, but we were in Pizza Express with my family, and there was a homeless guy across the road, just sat outside a shop begging. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy him a pizza, but I wanted to get a pizza that was, nothing like no anchovies, no olives, nothing that people could say. It was just a straightforward. I think it was maybe just ham and cheese pizza, really simple. So I bought this nice Pizza Express. It's no longer open here, but it was a good place. Took it across to him. I don't like pizza. I said, well, I just made you this. I just bought you this pizza. So I don't like. I said, well, look, I'm going to leave it there. If you don't want to eat it, give it to someone else, but it's yours. So then I came back and I could see him from outside the restaurant. And eventually the lid opened and he started to eat the pizza that he didn't like. But it just made me, I don't know. It's just like, I don't like pizza. I thought, okay.
Some people, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a new question, and you're the first person I'm going to be asking this. If you were stuck on a desert island, and I'm pinching this from we have a radio station, a radio series here called Desert Island Discs, and they basically just say if you were on an island and you could only take a few things, what would you do? So I picked the last question on it, which is if you were going to be marooned on a desert island, and you were allowed one item, what would that item be? I know I kind of thought about this, and I know what I would take, but let's hear what you'd say.
Oh gosh.
It's quite hard, isn't it? Because you're like one item, you're on a desert island, so you got no power.
Desert island. I would take some water filtration system, something like that, something to clean water.
Okay, that's there already. You've got coconuts, you've got.
Okay.
Nice
So that's there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're not like a luxury thing.
We're not like fighting for luxury. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is something that just So what I would take.
Okay. What would you take?
I would take an old-fashioned photo album because you can't because you're going to run out of power for your phone, so you're not going to be able to look at your pictures there if you even got a signal. Well, you wouldn't be stranded on the desert island, would you? So it would be a photo album, so you can look through the pictures and sort of remember things until they fade away. That's what I'd take.
Gosh.
It's hard, isn't it?
You know what? I would take my dog Tokyo, my little French bulldog. I would take my French bulldog, my best friend, partner in crime, shop dog. I'm taking her with me. She can be stuck on the island with me. We can grow crazy together.
I think that trumps my photo album, actually.
She's a ball of fun, actually. So yeah, no, I'd definitely be taking her with me.
Travis will take a bottle of rum and the pirate hat. At least then he's got yeah. And then he could write it if he had a piece of paper and a pen. He could then put the note in there saying, "Chuck the bottle in the sea. I need more rum."
Save me. Oh yeah. Well yeah. Okay. I need more rum. Send more rum.
Yeah. Izzy says, "Well, that's hard." Okay, so Izzy's coming on the show.
Yes, it is hard.
In a couple of weeks' time. Yeah. So Izzy, you've got a couple of weeks to think about that one. There's two more questions have popped up. Let's just see, and then I'm going to let you go because I know you've got loads to do. No, I think that was it. I don't know why it says that. Okay, so my last question, and we've only got a few minutes, is: do you have a tip for us that you can share with us all?
A tip. A tip for painting, or just a tip to
just a tip for
anything?
Life? Yeah, anything.
Plan your days out. Plan your days out. That's the biggest tip I can give someone. Or else, if you don't plan your days out properly, you get to work and you are overwhelmed. So today I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm already kind of in my head. I'm like planning out what I have to do and what cards I have to move around and what is going in the booth with what. And actually, someone gave me a tip the other day about painting all of my base together. Or no, sorry, not painting all of it together, but painting sections of base and then pulling them out of the booth and then trolling them back in and clearing everything together to save time. Because I would usually just paint one project out. So if I have like a bunch of parts in a car, maybe I'll do the car first, pull the car out, bring the parts in, and then bring the car back in after everything exhausts out and then clear everything together. So if you can plan your day out and be a little bit more productive, which I'm still ironing that out. Productivity is really important, and just try not to waste as much time, because I mean, you only get so many hours in a day, and a lot of painters, especially painters, a lot can go wrong fast, and if you're organized, it'll be a little bit easier for you to not mess everything up. So,
except if you're painting a solid and a metallic, maybe those might not be the best ones to paint together in the same booth.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, I did that the other day. I was like, I could do this. And then I looked at my solid block that's covered in metallic. I was like, oh, no, I have to redo it. So yeah. But yeah, if you're painting like colors, or if you completely out of the booth, do your metallic and so.
That's it. That's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. We've used all our time up. Thank you so much, Hannah. I really appreciate you taking the time out, and I know you're so busy, so it was quite a big thing for you to do. And I look forward to all the little pictures and seeing you progress and seeing some more plastic welds.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wayne. I really appreciate you having me here, and I'm happy I made it this time.
No, it's brilliant. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So if you just switch yourself off then, because I can't access that. And we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye. So that was Hannah, Lucky13 Paint Shop. Really, really lovely to chat to her. It's unfortunately we couldn't make the last one, but obviously this made up for it, so that's really good. On Thursday we have Esme, so Detailing Girl. If you've missed her last time, she came on the show at the beginning of the year. She's coming back on because she's got a couple of things to share with us, and we sort of planned that it would be about March time, so it kind of works with the whole ladies in business month that I'm focusing on. And then there's some new people next week, so yeah, tune in 7 o'clock on Thursday. Have a great evening, and thank you all so much for taking part. And oh, quickly, Travis, if you're still here, I'd love to have you on the show, so if you fancy doing a chat with me, that would be great. Just send me a DM. I've kind of got quite a few people booked up until sort of end of April, but we can do it then. Lucky13, Hannah, thank you so much. And I'm going to cut this off now so we don't lose it. Okay, bye everyone. Bye-bye.